What's up, awesome people? Hey, thanks so much for stopping by today. What we're going to do today is we're going to test some strings.
Elixir versus D Addario.
Now, I recently, purchased this Firefly GA01-E, and it's a beautiful guitar. I love it. Set it up to perfection. It's really nice. But what I don't like is I bought some of these, okay? And it's not that D Addario makes bad strings. In fact, I love their NYXLs and on all my electrics and stuff. But I put these D Addario Phosphor Bronze, the EJ15 on this thing. And at first they sounded really crisp and all of that and really nice. But they squeak like crazy. Little. Okay, now normally I'm a pretty technical player. I don't move a lot, but when you slide chords, for example, you cannot get around. Now, I will preface this by saying that these strings have been on this guitar for a good solid month. Okay, and I've worked them. I've put finger ease on them. I've cleaned them with Dunlop 65 string cleaner. And there's not a lot of playtime on them, so I think it's a fair comparison. So I got on the forum, on the Firefly forum, and asked a bunch of the guys, what do they use? And now, I've never used these. They are Elixir 1047 POLYWEB. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to play a little bit of this with the D Addarios. Now, they've only been on here a while, and not a whole lot of playtime on them, and they've been broke in. Okay? And then we're going to compare, and I'm going to change the strings and come back, and we're going to listen to the difference. I'm going to kind of do the same riffs, do some maybe finger picking, and then use a pick on them. And you can tell for yourself, which one is better. To start off with, I'm going to do some finger picking, and all I'm going to do is do some... This is no amplification dry, okay? Okay, so there's a little finger picking. Now I'm going to do some, maybe some jazz chords. Okay, so little jazz chords. Now maybe up the register a bit. We'll just kind of do some ninths and slide them down. Now listen for this. Hear what I'm saying? They're very noisy. Now, we all expect a little bit, and I'm telling you right now, it's not my technique, so I don't want any of that from you, okay? It's just that these are really noisy, and it's driving me nuts. So we're going to try the POLYWEB real quick here. I'm going to switch it over, but first, let's go ahead, and I'll grab a pick, and we'll do a little bit with the pick here, if I can get one out of there.
By the way, this is the commercial for Dunlop picks. They are the best picks in the world.
All right, so we're going to do a little pick work, and let's try something like... Now a couple cowboy chords. that's the Phosphor D Addario J15s. Next up, we'll change the strings and you'll get a listen to the Elixir Acoustic POLYWEB. These are the 80-20 bronze 10 to 47s. Stick around. Okay, we're back, you guys. Strings have been changed. We now have the Elixir on our, well, I should say the first one we're going to do is non-electric. So there's no electric, so I've got it turned all the way down. She's plugged in and ready to go. Okay, no electrics, but God, listen to that. In comparison to those phosphorus bronze wound. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna do let's do it. Okay, so first let's do a little bit of just straight picking. So, obvious difference. Okay, so a little bit of this, a little bit of jazz like we did on the last one, maybe. A lot more mellow, a lot more warm to my ears. Okay, let's do a little bit of that ninth step. So now we're going to do some sliding. So even with the sliding the chords, with these being like brand new, there's less of the squeaky, right? Okay, so then let's try it from the top, right? Okay, how about just a few of the, now I'm not using a pick, I'm just using my fingers. We're doing a little bit of that other song. So what do you think? What are your comments? What do you think so far? Yeah, give me your impressions. I'm really curious. To me, it sounds a lot warmer, not so bright and crisp, not so much of the squeak when we're touching the strings. You know, that's a huge thing for me. And these got to be broken in. Now I got to put a couple hours on them. Let me do something like, right? Okay, so one more time, just a little bit of strumming with the pick, and I think we'll call it good. So my wrap on this is simple. You know, I was looking to get rid of, and I think we did, that really, I mean, some is natural, as all guitar players been around. You know, you're going to get some squeak, right? No matter how good your technique is, you'll get some, especially on new strings, right? You know that. But that squeak that I was getting from the D Addarios was driving me crazy, especially after having those strings on this guitar for about a month with just a couple of hours of playing time, and it was bugging me. You know, I even did a couple of Facebook videos. It was bugging me. That sliding sound drives me crazy. Now, it may not drive you crazy, and they're both good strings. I'm not knocking the D Addarios. I love D Addario strings, and I've used them on my electrics forever. Okay, but for mellowing out this really beautiful guitar, and of course it's a one-piece spruce top, so it's got all that brightness, right? And then mahogany body. Okay, enough said. I think that it speaks for itself. If you liked what you heard, please take a minute, subscribe. You know, click that bell. Appreciate it. All right, take care now.